Welcome to our Season 9 reunion. I'm the show's creator and your reunion host, Carlos King.
Heard accusations from me about Maurice.
You don't say Kimmi Maurice cheated. I asked you directly. If you knew something, I want you to tell me. And I would want you to tell me prior to walking around town implying it. The little underhanded, like those comments, I'm not cool with them ever.
If you look over the years, you haven't heard me make many comments pertaining to you and Maurice. I ask questions about topics that are big in the media at the moment.
I don't care what is popular on social media.
And that's
there was a whole popular social media about whatever you did to your ex. And we didn't sit down every day and talk about whatever bad butt job you got. Nobody talked about.
There had always been arguments between Melody and Kimmi, but this time things went beyond harmless back and forth or whispers behind the scenes. This conflict wasn't about petty words or silly disagreements. It was personal. Fans quickly split into two groups. Some believed this was a clever move to shift control of the show in someone's favor, while others thought it came from deep, unresolved issues that had been boiling for years. So, was this a calculated power play or the result of long-standing tension finally reaching the surface? Let's break it all down step by step. From the beginning, Melody wasn't just another cast member. She became the queen of reality TV, the centerpiece of every major storyline, and the reason people tuned in each week. She knew how to stay in the spotlight, whether through dramatic friendships, shocking confessions, or unpredictable stunts. She wasn't simply reacting to drama, she was creating it.
Really that deep for me, Kimmi. It was a key moment.
My point is, I anticipate key moments. I take them on the chin, but when I give them back, then it's a problem. When you decide that it's reasonable for you to talk about whatever it was you heard, but when we talk about what we heard, then we're in trouble. We're in trouble
with who?
And we gotta have a meeting with Mel.
We're in trouble. No.
Again, when we're gonna have a conversation, most of my conversation in that moment was, no, I don't want to talk about that.
Because you had made it clear to me that when it came to his ongoing case, you didn't really want to have discussion surrounding that. So I said, again, trying to respect, I said, I ain't talking about that.
Melody built her role with precision, and it worked. Fans adored her, producers leaned on her, and other cast members often followed her lead. If Melody decided someone was out, the rest of the group usually turned their backs on that person too. If she betrayed a friend, others would distance themselves from that individual as well. Her power over the narrative was unmatched. But nothing lasts forever. Over time, cracks appeared in Melody's empire. Friends she once trusted started questioning her decisions. Instead of simply following her lead, some began making moves on their own. Rumors of backstabbing and secret deals surfaced, and her iron grip began to loosen. Those who once protected her started walking away. Others labeled her as manipulative or exhausting to work with. What had once seemed like an unbreakable empire slowly started falling apart, and whispers of her downfall grew louder with every passing episode. Melody had handled drama for years, so at first she brushed it off. But this situation felt different.
Y'all, literally, I had said I was gonna take it easy on Lauren because you know she's been out sick and she just getting back. But y'all see she came back on it. Like she what? I was gonna take it easy. I was gonna take it easy on her.
As soon as I came in yesterday, you said, old people got that.
Yeah.
What you got? What you got?
Yeah, what is it?
Everybody I tell, they got, old people got that.
Yeah.
What you doing with that?
Yeah.
What I have them?
That thing that start with a V.
The person shaking her empire wasn't an outsider. It was someone she underestimated. That person was Kimmi. For years, Kimmi had been in the background. She was quiet, strategic, and careful with her moves. While Melody thrived in chaos, Kimmi stayed calm, observed, and learned. She wasn't flashy, but she was smart. She knew when to speak up and when to stay silent. Kimmi waited for the right moment, and when she saw Melody's alliances crumbling, she struck. She didn't just attack for drama's sake, she aimed at the entire system that had allowed Melody to dominate for so long. She revealed secrets, called out hidden alliances, and pulled back the curtain on deals happening behind the scenes. What she shared shocked everyone. Suddenly, Kimmi wasn't just the quiet one in the corner anymore. She was a force to be reckoned with. Fans gasped, castmates scrambled to choose sides, and for the first time in a long while,
we are in a great place as well, you know? I just feel like at the end of the day, when you have mature people who are wanting to, you know, just enjoy life and move forward in a great space in life, it's easy to get along. Like, getting along shouldn't be hard. And that was my thing. I used to say that and people was looking at me funny, but now I think they get it. Like, I'm not used to having to have sit-down conversations all the time about issues with people I call my friends. I've never had to do that. And so it gets very draining, and that's kind of where I got.
Melody was put on defense. The sting wasn't just that Kimmi had challenged her. What made it worse was that the betrayal came from someone Melody trusted. At first, everything seemed fine. Melody still had her loyal circle and supportive family, but behind the scenes, the foundation was crumbling. Kimmi had been collecting information, waiting to reveal it when it would cause the most damage. When she finally exposed the truth, private conversations, shady deals, and questionable alliances, people were floored. Even Melody's closest friends started doubting everything they thought they knew. Rumors spread that this wasn't a spontaneous move. Some believed Kimmi and a few castmates had been planning Melody's fall for months, setting traps and preparing for the right moment to strike. Was this a cold, calculated move to take power? Or was it years of frustration boiling over? Either way, the damage was done.
You're back doesn't necessarily mean that the road was not rough. So she can keep her advice. You trying to reach some of your goals are going to be incongruent with some of the goals he's trying to reach. You just got to find a happy medium.
I think she believed that they have done that. They're there at that point in their life.
And so he had to cheat to get there? What works for one person doesn't necessarily work for the other. It's like she's kind of grooming you to be a mini male.
And that's not gonna happen.
Well, she's trying to create a Mel Jr.
But why?
Like the mini me Mel.
I just want to be me.
I really think Mel wants somebody that wants to be like her. If you handing out blueprints, that means you want a duplicate of you. Tisha's happy in her skin. She needs to pick somebody else.
Our situation is different, right? So it's not cheating on me.
Exactly.
So it's like, no, it has taken a lot of work to, you know, get to us to where we're at right now.
There was a time he didn't want you to get your license.
Melody's reign suffered a major blow. Just when fans thought they had seen it all, Kimmi did something that flipped reality TV upside down. She broke the fourth wall. For years, viewers had been told they were watching real life unfold. But Kimmi shattered that illusion by addressing the cameras directly. She called out producers for manipulating storylines, protecting certain cast members, and shaping the show in ways viewers had never realized. The drama wasn't always organic. It was carefully directed. This was unheard of. The line between reality and entertainment blurred, leaving fans unsure of what they could believe. If anyone thought Melody would accept defeat quietly, they were wrong. Behind the scenes, she had been gathering proof and planning her comeback. Then, out of nowhere, she dropped a mysterious social media post. The message was cryptic, but it suggested a larger conspiracy, one involving producers, cast members, and hidden agendas. Fans went wild, trying to decode her words. Was she hinting that the entire feud was staged? Did she know something that could flip the story once again? Then came the bombshell: leaked recordings. These weren't random clips. they were conversations between producers and certain cast members. They suggested Kimmi might not have been acting fully on her own. Instead, she could have been a pawn in a much larger scheme. The recordings painted Melody not as the villain, but as the target of a setup from the very start. It seemed the show's producers had been pulling strings all along, and Kimmi had unknowingly or knowingly played into their plan. But Melody wasn't content just proving her innocence. She launched a full-blown campaign to reclaim her crown. Her fans rallied behind her, eager to see if their queen could rise once more. This wasn't just about Melody and Kimmi anymore. It was about power, control, and the unseen hands shaping the show. Was this feud authentic, or was it all carefully designed by producers to keep ratings high? Were Melody and Kimmi truly enemies, or were they both pawns in a game far bigger than themselves? Viewers were left questioning everything. Was the laughter real? The tears? The betrayals? Or was it all a script hidden behind the mask of reality? The audience didn't hold back. Social media lit up with debates, theories, and passionate defenses of both women. One viewer wrote, "Kimmi played this so smart. She went from being invisible to running the whole show. I didn't see this coming at all." Another said, "I always thought Melody was untouchable, but Kimmi exposed everything. Now I don't know who to trust." Others still rooted for Melody's comeback, insisting that no matter what happened, she had the strength to bounce back. The fallout of this feud isn't over, far from it. Will Kimmi secure her spot as the new queen of reality TV? Or will Melody rise again, stronger than ever? And what role will the producers play in shaping the next chapter? The only thing clear is that the show will never be the same. Trust is broken, alliances are shattered, and viewers are now watching with sharper eyes. The feud between Melody and Kimmi wasn't just entertainment, it was a turning point. Because of this clash, the cast dynamics have shifted permanently. What once seemed simple is now layered with hidden motives, secret deals, and unseen manipulation. And fans can't get enough. So who really won? Melody, Kimmi, or the producers who orchestrated the chaos? Maybe the answer depends on who you ask. But one thing's for sure, this isn't the end. The aftermath will ripple for weeks, maybe even seasons. Now, I want to hear from you. Do you think Kimmi is ready to take Melody's place? Or will Melody rise back to reclaim her throne? Drop your thoughts below, because the story is far from over. This battle between Melody and Kimmi isn't just reality TV. It's a clash of power, trust, and hidden truths. The game has changed, but the final outcome is still uncertain. Who will claim the crown in the end? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe.